Hello and welcome to ACC 201 Financial Accounting. My name is Kelly Horn and I'm going to be your instructor for the next 9 weeks. I'm so happy that you're here and I look forward to our next 9 weeks together. My goal is for you to be successful in this course, that you will gain the knowledge that you need to be successful and in the course and in your personal endeavors. My job is to be available to you and to assist you in this process. I am available in the discussion forums and via email. I encourage you to utilize the discussion forum so that everyone may benefit from your questions. Never be ashamed to ask a question in this class. Chances are if you're having an issue with something, then one of your classmates is also having that issue. So if you will ask the question, and I can answer to everybody's benefit. Now, if your issue is more of a private nature, then please, by all means, do use the email. Contact me via email. I do check the discussion board and email several times a day. I teach on another campus on Mondays and Wednesdays. But I am on email throughout the day and when I'm home in the evening, and then the days that I work from home I'm on Snoohoo's email all the time. So I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Your job in this class is to give it your all. You do this by being participative in the posting, engaging, sharing your experiences, and I know you have lots of experiences to share. By making sure that you dedicate the necessary time to allow yourself to complete the assignments in this course. And this is going to vary from student to student because it depends on your past experiences. Some of you have dealt with accounting before, some of you have not, and that's okay. That's why you're here. But it may take you a little bit longer, especially in the beginning, to absorb the principles and the concepts, okay? So that's okay. But just make sure that you do allow enough time in your schedule to do that over the next few weeks. I would recommend that you go ahead and get into the course syllabus. It's located in the course information section in Blackboard. Familiarize yourself with the assignments and the other policies that are discussed in that. If you have any questions about anything, please let me know. We have a general discussion area in Blackboard where you can, like I said, post your questions and things. I'm probably going to create a separate discussion board for our final project, which I'll talk about in just a moment, so that we can kind of keep that kind of stuff centralized too. Okay. The course uses Pearson's My Accounting Lab. I've used several accounting labs, and I find that Pearson's is actually the friendliest. There are a lot of student helps available to help in a quantitative course such as this, and I encourage you to use those helps. If you have any difficulty finding them, let me know and I'll be glad to help you get to where you need to be. You should be able now to jump in and introduce yourself in the icebreaker section of our course. In Blackboard, I enjoy reading about you. Many students post pictures of themselves, their children, their pets, diving out of airplanes, climbing mountains. I mean, it's all interesting to me, so I love hearing about you. If you don't mind, tell me where you are geographically. I'm in Greenville, South Carolina, and no, that's not a South Carolina accent you hear. I'm a Georgia girl. I'm originally from Brunswick, Georgia, where I spent most of my life, and I've been in South Carolina since '99. Love it here, close to the mountains. I do want to caution you about a few things. I realize this is an online environment, that you're likely here because you are trying to juggle family, school, career, anything else that life can throw in your way. And I know what you're going through. I can relate to you. I began my college career right after my divorce, and I had a 6-month-old baby. And every degree that I have earned, I did it working a full-time job. I have been the face-to-face student as well as the online student. But I do have to warn you that this is a quantitative course. This means that if you get behind, it's extremely difficult to get caught up. It doesn't mean you cannot get caught up, but it will be harder on you. The reason why is because each week builds upon the next. The concepts that you will learn in week 1 will be used as you learn the concepts in week 2. So it's best to complete the chapters in the order designated, okay? If you do get behind, I'm very willing to work with you, and I encourage you to plan your time wisely and don't get behind. There are discussion forums in weeks 1, 2, 6, and 8. I encourage you to participate in those forums and earn those points. The instructions are pretty clear in those discussion forums. The initial post is due on Thursday night before midnight, and I'm trying to buy a lot. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to make my phone quiet in case you could hear it. But the initial post is due on midnight on Thursdays of each week, and then your response to 2 other students is due on that Sunday, the last day of the module, okay? So ensure that your engagement with others is relative, that it adds to the discussion. Please don't just agree with someone, that their comments make a topic clearer for you. I want you to tell how their comments make it clearer for you, okay? So put some richness into that discussion, okay? And share that, how that made it clearer for you, okay? You will also notice there's not a final exam in this class. Instead, you have a project to complete, okay? I believe it is very relevant. It's more of a demonstration that you have learned the concepts of the course. You get to put it to a practical application, which is how I learned the best. Let me drive. Let me do it, okay? So that's what you get to do in this class, but I'm with you every step of the way, okay? You will find more out about this in our course information section in Blackboard, but the project is broken down into 3 parts. The first part has 2 checkpoints and then a third final submission. You can work on it throughout the course rather than just the weeks that it's due. I encourage you to do that because it's very involved. Once we do the accounting cycle in Chapter 4, you should have a pretty good understanding of what needs to be done. The project has you work through a case study of a fictitious dog treat company. It's called Patent Approved. The premise is that you have been making hypoallergenic dog treats for a few years out of your home. And you've now decided to open a dog treat bakery because your treats have become so popular. So the case takes you through the opening of the bakery and through 3 months of operations to the end of the quarter when you will prepare the financial statements, okay? And then you'll make an assessment of how well the company is doing. In the second part of the project in week 8, in week 7, you're actually going to submit a Word document called the Accounting Cycle Report, and actually once we finish Chapter 4 in week 2, you're going to be prepared to write that report. But you'll study the accounting cycle there in Chapter 4, and then in the final part of the project, you're going to prepare a bank memo that's due in week 8, okay? And that discusses the operations and the accounting policies used by the business, and you're just going to go to the bank and ask for a loan. So you've got to be able to justify why you're qualified for that loan. Like I said before, the project is split into 3 parts. The first part covers the entries and the statement preparation. You can submit it to checkpoint 1 in week 3 as soon as you're ready for my feedback. You get 100 points for submitting to checkpoint 1 and checkpoint 2, whether it's right or wrong. You're not graded on accuracy at that point, but you do get feedback from me if it's not right. But you still get the 100 points just for submitting. So just for doing that in week 3 and week 4, you've got 200 of the 290 points for that project. So I encourage you to begin that as soon as possible, and let me help you get through that, okay? I see that and the workbook will be due in entirety, where it will be graded for accuracy in week 6. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to close for now. I'll be talking more about that final project for you, and I do offer videos to help you through that, and we can do some live webinars if we need to. But I hope this will be an enjoyable 9 weeks for you. I want to tell you again how glad I am that you're here and how much I admire you for trying to do what you're doing. But I want you to remember to enjoy the journey. So please, let me help you through this. I'll be in touch.